Hi, I'm Jessica Mackin, and for my quarantine story, I'm sharing a column that I wrote for the independent newspaper back in May, detailing a little bit of what the experience was like and what it taught me, as well as some images that I took along the way.
Hi, I'm Jessica Mackin, and this is a column I wrote for the independent newspaper mid-May about what the past few months have taught me in quarantine. It's been a strange few months. It's gone fast and slow all at the same time. I question a lot. Like, will I even know how to socialize when this is over? If this, in fact, is ever over. I miss baby showers, birthdays, and weddings. I've missed friends and relatives and coworkers. I've seen people lose loved ones or fear they might. I feared losing the ones I loved every day since the virus hit. I also am so grateful for this time spent with family, all together in a small house. I can't wait to hug the ones I'm not quarantined with. I've seen the best in humans, doing everything in their power to help those less fortunate. I've seen our community come together. I've watched healthcare workers put on a brave face and battle a scary world. I've clapped and cheered for essential workers. I've seen so many acts of heroism that brought tears to my eyes. I've seen hospitals in our city filled with New Yorkers on their deathbed. I've seen stacked bodies in refrigerator trucks. These are not sights we will soon forget. My birthday next week is canceled and I have nothing to complain about. I've worked long hours for at least 75 days straight and I have nothing to complain about. I felt guilty complaining about little things while so many people have it so bad right now. I've realized that our health is really all that matters. I've learned that I need less in life to be happy. I've gotten in touch with my domestic side and learned how to make a low-carb banana bread. I've never thought I'd be so content sitting, having a cup of tea and listening to the sounds of birds or watching the deer in my yard, but here we are. Mother Nature has also had a chance to get some beauty sleep. I've missed the ability to travel, to get up and go, while I've also learned that it's perfectly fine to just sit still. I've had dreams about being in restaurants and nightmares about being in the city. I've seen horrible injustices in our country and the world. I've watched a nation come together only to become more divided. I've read battles on Facebook that made me sad for the future. I've seen TikToks that give me hope for the future. I've watched social media bring people together like never before. I've been frightened. I've been scared of dying. I've been afraid to enter a grocery store. I've sanitized my food deliveries and I've sanitized my sanitizer. I've been angry at those I didn't think were doing what was right for the greater good, those not wearing masks or taking it seriously. I've had anxiety and cried when I didn't understand why this was all happening. I thought it would be over in a few weeks if we all just stayed home. I was wrong. I've learned that nothing will ever be what it was, but we will be okay.
Hi, my name's Dale Cullum. I do wildlife rescue here locally, and I also am a filmmaker and photographer. The differences in my life during the pandemic was very little. I deal with animals on a daily basis, and not so much with people. Usually that happens by phone or through an open door. So now it was by phone and through a sliding glass window. Other than that, the animals remained my priority, and I will say, however, that we were fortunate that during the pandemic there was a decrease in wildlife rescue, at least from my perspective and through my operation, Wildlife Rescue of East Hampton. This also is a good time to pay more attention to our pets and our animals that we take care of, particularly here at our little animal sanctuary. But of course, this goes from having our dogs groomed and tended to with a nice bath and a haircut and have their nails done, to taking care of my wildlife animals as well, particularly Athena, who needs maintenance and care just like any other animal, and that's what's special about my girl Athena here. She's literally an ambassador to all of wildlife, and also an educator, not only to the people I bring her to, but also to me, because it educates me on how these animals react to my care and reaction towards her. And it's a beautiful thing. I care a lot for Athena.
Girlie. You're a good girlie. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Here's my buddy Paul. Hey, Paul. Hey, buddy. Nice smile. Yeah. Giving Paul his food. Down here. Some fresh water, some fresh fruit. He'll eat all of that. Then he's got some cat food with some calcium carbonate in it. Give him the calcium he needs for his strong body. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna cover you up because we're gonna get a little storm tonight. So we're gonna do that. Actually, our friend Paul here is gonna be released in a couple days. Probably a day, maybe tomorrow. By the weekend, no doubt. Oh boy, he's happy about that. Look at that. Yeah, I know you're happy, Smiley. I know. Everybody happy. Everybody clean, healthy, and safe. Right, Annie? Right, Ann? Oh, wait a minute, you. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, boy. Good girl, Annie. I also had time to help around the house a little bit. I did some of my own laundry, as you can see. And I'm not allowed to do my laundry anymore. Let's see. Hey, you want me to do your laundry? You want me to do your laundry? We got to give a little more compassion, a little more understanding, and a little more fairness for both the animals and each other. And I think the results of that will be much more glorious than what we're dealing with now.
Hi everybody, I'm Diana Weir, and I want to share a little heartwarming experience that I had during our COVID pandemic. I live in Wainscott, which is a very small part of the town, the smallest hamlet, and I have a neighbor around the corner named Connie Thomas. She's amazing. We've been here for 35 years and seen this community grow. One day I get a call from her, and it was the middle of March, so we were into the complete halt and everything stopped. No shopping, no going out. And she said, could I give your name to the owners of Round Swamp, which is a farm and a store and a wonderful staple in our community, wonderful people. Carolyn Snyder and the Snyder family run it, and they just opened one recently in Bridgehampton. and she said, can I give them your name? And I said, sure, Connie, what's it about? And she said, well, they're asking a lot of us to give them names of seniors that are now going to be stuck in the home and won't be able to go shopping. I said, oh, how sweet, that's so nice. And I'll mention I'm 76, so I'm a senior, and of course I'm not going out, I have my mask if anybody comes in. We were in total lockdown. Well, the next day, van pulls up in the driveway. 2 young people came out who were gracious and wonderful, and they're carrying like 3 shopping bags full of food. Everything from bread, eggs, milk, soups that they make there at the shop. I took a picture of most of it, but it was amazing. And I said, gee guys, let me give you some money to pay it forward so we can do that for other people. And they said, absolutely not. And they ran down the driveway and wouldn't let me give them anything. And I say, Carolyn Snyder and that family that run that business for so many years here in this town, Round Swamp, I'll say it again because they're awesome. Thank you so much for doing that and for working and giving back to your community. So I did a lot of cooking during COVID because what do? I watched videos, learned how to cook. I'm gonna cook some of that food. And I watched a lot of videos about authentic Puerto Rican food because I'm Puerto Rican. My mom died many, many years ago, 25, 30 years ago. And some of the stuff that she used to make, you don't pay attention when you're a kid, or I kind of knew how to do it. But Google is awesome, YouTube is awesome, and I cooked a ton of stuff from my ethnic background, which was great. And that's what I did during the pandemic. I cooked. I was able to get some masks because my daughter made me a couple of very nice masks and made it through fine. Thank you. Thank everyone for what they're doing. And just a little suggestion, when this is over and you go out and you're shopping and you're doing your regular thing that you do to buy food or clothes or whatever, remember to support our local establishments, our local businesses. Because this is what our businesses do. They help our community, whether it's the pantries, this that they did with food, whether it's students, whether it's Kiwanis or Lions or Rotary. Remember that we are a community and these people are amazing. So thank you, Round Swamp, thank you, Connie, and thank you all, and be safe.
Hi, I'm Nellie Shudo, and I live between Dallas and Los Angeles, but my happy place is our place out in the Springs in East Hampton that we've had since I was 5 years old and that I kind of took over with my siblings. When COVID first hit, it was really jarring for us. We were locked down in Dallas. My husband's in elective surgeries. I am an actor, a performer, a host. Everything got shut down. And my son is a 15-year-old kid who was online for school. Very, very difficult socially, At my age, I have never experienced anything like this. I haven't been through a war. I'm not a depression baby. I haven't had those kind of struggles. And during this time of great change, what was very comforting for me was to be able to go to the Hamptons. So we actually decided in late May to drive out there, and we drove for 4 days to get there and stayed for 5 weeks and then drove back. And oddly, when we arrived, New York was a hot spot, and as we left, New York was opening up, East Hampton, the Hamptons were opening up, and Dallas was, cutting back. So I just want to say that the Hamptons sort of saved us and gave us a better attitude and reminded us of what was important.
Hey everyone, my name is Tia Green. I am the passionate founder over at Luba PR, as well as a TV show right here on LTV called Savor the Moments with Tia and Friends. And today I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek into what I've been doing during quarantine time from March and even to today. So a little bit about me is I have a PR and marketing company, and we actually do a lot of crisis management. So right when COVID hit, I had to switch gears from hosting Savor the Moments with Tia and Friends to diving deeper with my agency and my gem clients throughout the nation and helping them during this time. But while I was doing that, I felt more inspired, especially in the restaurant industry, because I do have a couple restaurants. I felt more inspired to figure out what ways of how we could really pivot the restaurants during this time, especially since everything had to shut down except curbside and takeout. So I started an initiative called Leave a Takeout Tuesday, and then it went spin off for a web series called Savor Local eateries, which was about all these local eateries that we had out here on the East End, to the other sister cities that I'm a part of. And I would interview the chef, the restaurateur, the culinary enthusiasts, the food producers, and just hear their story and hear what they were doing during this time. Because I know restaurants, even though they had to shut down, they were still working to making sure that they give their guests, maybe you, a really good culinary experience from home. So I was able to showcase these stories on this web series, as well as inspiring ones. So I had another series, I still have another series called Rise into Wellness. And this one was all about how to rise into your wellness during this time, because due to COVID, everyone's reactive is differently. So whether you become anxious, and I don't mind telling people, my anxiety got up there, but my meditation definitely helped me to settle everything to go down. But I decided to host a weekly series called Rise into Wellness, Your Mind, Body, and Soulful Connections, so I can connect viewers with my friends that are experts. That is a doctor, that's a chiropractor, yoga instructor, anything that was meditative and healthcare as well. We just talked about all things to help you during this time. Like I know one of my episodes was with my dear friend, Dr. Tiana, and we talked about working from home, and since we're all working from home, and the ergonomics and just how to align your back and really get everything grooving. I had Jessica Bellafato on, and we talked about meditation and yoga and essential oils, and I had several other great people on from the East End that we just was able to talk about your mind, body, and soul, as well as Joyce Shellman from 99 Walks, because even though we were all sheltered in, I definitely started walking more and getting out there and just exploring our nature, distancing, no one was around, but I was still able to just take a nice walk. Another thing that I've been doing during this time, I've been inspired to do something for our frontline workers. So my team over at Liba, we decided to put together care kits. That was my hobby during this whole time, and it still is. And I was able to partner up with women-owned businesses that have products that are wellness-driven. And these are going out to our frontline workers during this time, and it did from March until now. And now I'm making it a nationwide campaign. So I hope you guys check me out over on @SaberTV on Instagram, and hopefully LTV. You guys will share it as well. It's a definitely big initiative for me, and it touches my heart because I have family members that are nurses, and I have really good friends that are on the front line. So I definitely wanted to do something for them to show compassion. And another thing that I've been doing during this time is just really tune in more with my family, because my fiance Lyle and I were the only ones here, and a lot of our family members are down south or all over the world. So we decided to just take advantage of Zoom and just really dive deep and playing games with them and having family night, happy hours, and just so much more. We would have like cooking competitions virtually, which that was a lot of fun. But one thing I will say coming out and still dealing with COVID is I'm really happy that we live in an era that technology is here, because if this was 50 years ago, we would not be able to see our family virtually or being able to be this creative and pivot. So that's what I've been doing during this time of quarantine. I have been really busy. I honestly haven't had the opportunity to really just go. So I really hope I can do that sooner than later. But I hope that my story inspired you to do something for your community, and you're supporting your local farmers and your fishermen and anyone that's locally done, as well as our local community. So if you're in Sag Harbor, East Hampton, Montauk, Bridgehampton, all these shops, they've been closed. So it'd be really nice to either you could do curbside pickup with them or support them by liking them on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any of their social channels. And yeah, so I really hope that you guys are staying safe out there, and I'm sending so much love your way. And stay tuned, because what we have going on over at Savor, I'm hitting the road this fall, so you guys will be able to follow me and one of my crew members with me this fall to best kept secrets, and I'll be exploring and sharing with you several good things that you can do in the fall. Hopefully, would love to do in the fall on the road. So until next time, everyone, I hope you have a savory one and stay safe.